Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream, man. We got the Brentford preview, an absolutely massive game. Yeah, given the fact that Arsenal won yesterday, and I thought it was a good result for City. You know what I mean? And it allows us to go top if we win our 2 games in hand. It's absolutely huge. City got to go on now and win this game. Anything other than a win will be massively, massively disappointing. We've got to go on and kick on and win these games now. Big up to everyone that's just come over from Sai TV. Please make sure you subscribed. And make sure you drop a like on the channel as well. And make sure you subscribe to Martin's channel, Mancunian Way. We'll get that in the description in just a sec. Big up, Martin. How are you doing, man? You good?
Afternoon. Yeah. Game day. Ready?
It is game day, man. And before we actually get into like the preview and that, like, did you agree that yesterday was a good result, or did you want a draw? Because I wanted a win. But most people, because I did a poll in my chat, most people wanted a draw yesterday. But I thought the win was the better result because it means that we can actually go top of the table if we win. Whereas if it was a draw, it'd be goal difference. We might not be top of the table depending on goal difference.
I was happy with either. I said the draw because I was trying to keep that distance between. It was one of them. A draw was a win-win. As in, Arsenal keep that distance and we close the gap on Liverpool. But that's me having faith in Arsenal being there at the end.
Yeah. So, I suppose me wanting Arsenal to win may be a little bit more disrespectful to Arsenal, but it's not really. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be due to the fact that we can actually go top of the table if we win our games in hand. You know what I mean? It was a massive result.
Either one was great.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, we just didn't want Liverpool to win, and they were absolutely shocking. I mean, this is the table as it stands. So you got Liverpool there on 51. Obviously, bear in mind, City have 2 games in hand, one of those games being tonight. So Liverpool on 51 points, Arsenal on 49. So Liverpool have a 2-point gap over Arsenal. So despite yesterday being a shocking performance from Liverpool, really poor result, they're still top, they're still above Arsenal by 2 points. It's not the end of the world for them. But City now, this is where it really is big. And this is why I kept the title of this stream real simple. We must win. And then I changed it to put LBX Martin on the end. But we must win because there's the time for mistakes, right? And we all know this. The time for mistakes, the time for drop points is in the beginning part of the season. And usually City always have a slow part in the first half of the season. And our slow part this year was actually not that bad. Although 1 in winning 6 sounds really bad, you know what I mean? If you look at the teams that we actually played, it's not the worst, and we did get 3 draws in there. But we need to kick on now. You can't talk about games in hand and then not win the games in hand. Otherwise, the old phrase, better to have points on the board, just will be thrown back in your face. You know what I mean? So tonight, for me, Martin, if we win tonight, I'm getting my chest out, man. I mean, I've had my chest out all year. I think we'll win the league. I've said that even when we won 1 game in 6. But if we win tonight, mate, you know, what will that do for us in the league? So we win tonight, we go to 49 points. So we go joint points with Arsenal. We've got a better goal difference than them anyway already, and that'll only increase. It's 2 goals, 2 goal difference ahead of them at the moment. We win tonight, that'll only increase minimum to 3, and we have a game in hand in them. And then what will be 2 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand. So, mate, talk to me about tonight. We win this game, surely it's massively on.
Yeah, if we win tonight, which I think we will, and I think we'll win comfortably with my chest hanging out. I just think we've got a bit between our teeth. In all comps, we've won 10 out of 11. We're 11 unbeaten in all comps now.
Nice. That's nice.
The last time we dropped points was Palace at home.
And is it an 8-match winning streak we're on?
Yeah.
8,
9, whatever it is. It's, you know, it's why I said, I think, you know me, I said ages ago, our win was already going. We'd gone to Everton, that everyone was like, oh, no, that's tricky. Even our own fans were like, no, that's tricky, that one, Everton away. They're in fan form. It's going to be a battle. Went there, and apart from 10 minutes, we owned them. Newcastle, going to be a tricky away game. Newcastle had a 15-minute spell. Other than that, dominated. Yeah, I think what we've got to realise is we've got to come out of this thing as a fan base of, oh, clean sheets and all that. You look in the league right now, nobody's keeping clean sheets. Have you ever seen so many 4-2s, 4-3s, 3-2s that are going on?
Why is that? At the minute?
I just think everyone's took the handbrake off this season.
You think so?
Everyone's just took the handbrake off. And everyone's just going for it a bit more. It's mad.
You think that suits us though? Because I think because
Yeah.
everyone at the start of the season was like Liverpool got the best attack. Liverpool got the best attack. Hang on a minute. We've got Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva. You got Grealish, Doku, Kevin De Bruyne as an attacker. Do you think that actually, if you take it off, then that'll suit us because we'll score more goals than you, type thing?
Yeah, but I also think we've got something as well, which not a lot of other teams have got. We can slow it completely down and then go into control mode as well.
Pause.
If you look at Arsenal, it's one way. Liverpool can change slightly, but there is no. I mean, we talk about our players being versatile. There's no other team in the Premier League more versatile than us with our playing style.
I'd agree with that.
We can go all out basketball, which we know we hate. Some love, some hate it. Or we can go into complete, go 3 up, which is, I know we had this big debate on my channel about goal difference. The reason I'm not panicking at the minute on the goal difference is, because I thought Rich made a great point on our channel. Arsenal and Liverpool will be out of gas come April, May. And we've sat there and conserved all this energy, and then we're going again. We've got 2 games in hand, and we're 3 behind on the goal difference.
Yeah. So the worst it could be is 1 behind. So the worst case it could be if you win them both 1-1.
1 behind.
1 behind, yeah. Which you'd like to think we
ain't going there and winning 1-0 tonight. My prediction was smashing them 3-0, but that's me.
What? 3-0?
Mm-hmm. Just think we've got the bit between our teeth right now. Absolutely got our bit between our teeth.
Best.
No one in this country has had a better transfer window than us.
What, January?
Yeah, no one. Because no one's got an Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne coming back into their squad. Simple facts. Oh, plus John Stones. We've got options everywhere.
Yeah.
Options everywhere.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And if we win tonight, that'd be 5 Premier League games in a row. We won. Is that the first time we've done that this season? If we win tonight, first time we've done 5 in a row this year. Let me have a look. Let me go on the fixtures and have a look at the fixtures by day. Yeah, I'll whack it on screen for the chat. Right, let me do Prem only. Where's the Prem? Premier League. Right, let's have a look. Have we done 5 in a row this year? So, we did start the season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We had our best start on the Pep.
I tell you what, man, Rodri killed us in that game, didn't he? Fuck me, man. If he hadn't got sent off in that game, because look as well, even after then, we went and won 3 in a row after that. We could have been we could have been fully clear of this league.
If you'd have had Rodri back, yeah,
we would have been lifting the trophy already, man. It would have been over. But this is why I've said all season, Martin, I'm so confident that City can win the league because when Kevin De Bruyne got injured on that match day 1 against Burnley, he went off after 20 minutes, and we got the bad news pretty straight away. We got the bad news that he's going to be out until January. I remember going on a lot of people's streams, yeah. A lot of people's, not just one, so I'm not going to name him, but I went on everyone's streams. And it was a fair question. People said, you're going to struggle now, aren't you? Now you got Kevin De Bruyne. Now you ain't got Kevin De Bruyne. And I said to him, listen, you don't understand, man. I thought you guys would have learnt this from last year. You don't win the league in December. You don't win it in November, October, September, August. But you can lose it. Which is why I said quite simply, my team, Manchester City, just needs to be within 5 to 7 points, 7 points absolute max in January by the time Kevin De Bruyne gets back, and I believe we'll go on and win the league. Because I think he's the best player in the league. I think he's only played a few games since he's come back from injury, and I think he's already showing why he's at that, why I can justify that. Compound the fact you've got Erling Haaland, the best striker in the league. I think it was legit, and we've done that. We've done that. And we've been with him. We've never gone more than 6 or 7 points behind Liverpool at the top of the table. And we fought our way back in. Now Kevin De Bruyne's coming back. And I said this yesterday in a watch-along, Martin, I did. I think Kevin De Bruyne, I think he looks so fresh. That I actually think we could be looking at this injury that he's had as a potential blessing in disguise, mate. He looks fitter. He looks thinner, like trimmer, like he's lost some weight. He looks very happy. It looks like he's joking around, he's laughing and that. I've seen some videos of him training in the academy area, and he looked mint. You know what I mean? He was just laughing around. He's on the ball. Abilities already showing that he's up there, and I'm just sitting there going, how on earth can we not win the league? Genuine question, even for the Arsenal and the Liverpool fans in this chat. How on earth can City not win the league if we can keep Rodri, KDB, and Haaland fit? I think they're the three best players in the league, bar maybe Salah.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'm. It made me laugh a little bit because don't get me wrong, Arsenal were fantastic yesterday.
Yeah, they were good.
Don't get me wrong.
That's probably one of the best I've seen them all season.
Do not get me wrong, but that result yesterday, City fans were probably more happy because, like you said, it put us completely in the box seat. And you know this, when we know what we've got to do, we generally do it. When we know exactly what we've got to do. If City know 2 games in hand, 2 wins, we go top of the league, I'd put my mortgage on City getting those 2 wins to go top of the league.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's how confident I am.
No, absolutely. And I think you warrant that confidence based off of what we've done over the last.
Yeah, and it's confidence. It's not arrogance. It's confidence because I believe in this team and I know what they've done season after season after season after season.
Which, by the way, flip that. That's why I always have doubts about Arsenal. It's not because I hate them, which some Arsenal fans think I hate Arsenal. It's not because I have an agenda against Arsenal. It's because until you do it, like I say, if Arsenal would have won the league last year in the summer, I'd have been going, they're going to be a problem this year. Serious problem again. They're probably going to seriously challenge us again. They could win it again.
Do you know what it is with Arsenal?
They
want to win little. They want to win war. They want to win battles, not wars. You saw it yesterday, having photographs taken and everything else on the pitch. like I said, I get it. You've won a game. Celebrate it. And I'm not trying to be this unemotional person. I get it. Celebrate it, yeah. But it was a celebration like they'd won the league. It was May. Taking photos of each other and all that.
Do you not think, though, I'm gonna try and defend them a little bit here. Do you not just think it was because if they would have lost that game, I think they're out of the title race? There was so much pressure on that game.
Right, let me flip it back to you. Would Pep allow our players to be doing that?
I don't know.
I don't like it when Newcastle do this lap of honour when they've won a game. It's like, what are you doing?
You're old school, innit?
No, do you know what it is for me? And I'm not trying to be a killjoy. The simple fact is, but then they get to April and May, they collapse mentally and then wonder why. Because they take a win in September and October as a huge, let's have a massive parade, where we go, like we all did when we got beat by Arsenal. It's a bad day, but you know what? Long way to go. This is a marathon, not a sprint. They're too busy still doing sprints. This is why Liverpool fans won't panic over yesterday's result as much. Because they're like, Mike, well done. You won a battle. Let's see the war at the end. Because Liverpool have been there and they've done it.
I agree. I agree on the Liverpool aspect of that. That Liverpool won't panic and their fans shouldn't panic unless they get beat or draw against Burnley. But that game was so big for them yesterday that I do get why the celebrations were elevated. But one thing that I would say is I do also, and this might sort of agree with you in part, is I do think a lot of the reasons that they bottled it last year is because they are a very emotional football club. So will the celebration? Do they need to tame that down and just stay calm? You know, will that boil over?
Killjoy. Not trying to be a killjoy and take the fun out of football. Trust me, I'm not. I'm just saying that there's a time and a place. Celebrate it, yeah. But when you're doing photos with each other and Arteta's doing these, what are you doing? There's no trophy at the end, mate. Stop. You get the 3 points, clap, hug each other. Yeah, now go down and laser focus for the next game. Laser focus for the next game. Because I'm telling you now, if we beat Arsenal at the Etihad, we're not doing a lap of honour and doing photos and here we go, all lie down. I get it. We'll celebrate it. But it's about, you've got to remain focused. and it's
no,
a
no, no.
mentality thing for me. That's all it is.
No, I agree. I agree in that respect of like, will they go back into the huddle FC like they did last year, which I really don't think helped them. You know what I mean? I really don't think that when things go wrong, you know, Arsenal got very emotional last year, you know, when he did huddles after they conceded a goal, you know what I mean? Really chat alike. And I just don't think, yeah, I actually don't, I disagree with a lot of people there last year because a lot of people were like, it shows that they're all together. No, it doesn't. It shows that you're panicking. Because if you concede a goal, it should be, okay, no problem. Let's go. We got the rest of the game to turn this around. We know we're the better team. Let's play our game. Let's do it. Stay calm. When you start going, come on, lads, get in a huddle and you need to do that. We got this. We're Arsenal. Yeah, I agree. That's probably a bit too much. But the celebrations thing, listen, I get your point. I'm probably not too much on it like you, but yeah.
You'd have them doing cartwheels and celebrating.
Yeah, but I'd get the fun fair, me. I'd have a fun fair. The fucking Dodgers. You know what I mean? Everyone can get in the little carts and like crash into each other, man.
Get the fans on the pitch for a pitch invasion. So yeah, 3 points, lads.
Absolutely. I'm all for it. Let's turn our attention to the game tonight. A massive game. City got to win this game for me. Draw's not good enough. We need to win. This is the injury table. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. When I click on Manchester City, nothing happens. You know what that means?
We've got a bench.
Yeah. Someone who's coded this website ain't done it properly. No, yeah, that's what it means. We finally got a fully fit squad, man. Which is great because for me, yeah, I was you know what the thing with the bench? You know the thing with the bench, right? Is that everyone said this year, we've had a dead bench. It's not necessarily that it's been dead. It's been very weighted to the defense or the attack. We've either had loads of defenders on it. So if a defender gets injured, we're fine. But if an attacker gets injured, we're screwed. Or we need to tactically change, we're screwed. Or we've had loads of attackers and no defenders. You know what I mean? Now we've actually got a situation where we can actually change it up. You know what I mean? And we've got players that we can bring on and change. And I think that's what Pep Guardiola needs. Optionality is key for managers to be able to change up the system. And to have all our players back, Akanji being the last one that's finally come back, I just think this is honestly just great news, man.
Yeah. And anyone with any slight niggle, as Pep likes the word is injuries now, or pull or strain, you've got options straight off the bench now. You're not having to play young kids in certain games where, like last season, in a way where we had to throw Rico Lewis in at the deep end, sink or swim, mate. And he did very well, and he's going to be a talent. I just think now you've got so many options. Our whole defence is now fit. You've got options at right back, options at left back, options at centre back. Kovacic and Nunes are starting to grow into the team now and starting to bring on a new. And why I'm not that worried about Rodri anymore. Yeah, of course, Rodri's a linchpin, but the way Kovacic and Nunes are stepping up, I'm like, yeah. And not only that, we can now rest players down for key games. And that's what I'm loving so much more. We can get to Liverpool or we can get to the Derby and we can rest key players. You can do Kevin De Bruyne for 40 minutes if you wanted, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. You've got the Champions League coming up. Haaland, Alvarez is in form. It's quite damn. Do you know, we're all sat there going, we needed players in January, we needed players in the summer. And when we've got a fully fit squad and we sit down and look at it, we're like, don't actually need that many when we sit and look at it. We need one or two, but
I'm on mute. I must have clicked the button by accident.
I was going to say I was trying to lip read.
Why didn't you say something?
Because I was like, wait, because I'm thinking, is it me or is it you?
Oh, right. I thought, bro just wanted me to look like an idiot, man.
Yeah, by the way, that's fine.
yeah, crazy. I've sent Daps a link, man.
No, it's look, listen, we do need signings. I just think when we've got a fully. The problem has always been this season is we've had so many injuries.
Mm.
And I don't want to sound like a Newcastle fan here, or I'm not. Listen, I know every team has different injuries, but we have had lots of injuries to lots of key players.
Mm.
You know, for the first 3 months, our bench was the EDS plus goalies. We had nobody. And like you said, the option to come off from attack. Go back to the Arsenal game away.
Mm.
We had no options anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we've got them. And the biggest crux of me tonight, because I know what 11 I want tonight, because I'm just like, no, fully send it all now for the rest. You know, when Pep does that 11, and you remember last season when we knew the 11 we were going to play week in, week out?
Yeah. The treble 11.
Yeah, and we just knew. My 11's in my head ready now. I know what I want tonight.
Well, we'll go through the starting 11 in a minute when Daps eventually gets on the screen.
He's coming on to celebrate the league. He thinks he's me.
This guy, man. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. We're going to go through the starting 11 in a set when Daps joins. We've got 9 people away from 200 likes, so please hit that thumbs up button, man, and get the likes up to 200. 9 people out of 440. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to Martin's channel as well at the Mancunian Way. The link is in the description, by the way, guys. So yeah, get yourself on that. And of course, something not spoken about is if we win tonight, we beat Everton on Saturday morning, we're top of the league, man. Now it's temporary, of course, but imagine that. Imagine being top of the league this time on Saturday, bro. I mean, mint. Why are you doing that? Why not just say yeah, like you got confidence?
I just because I know we'll be there.
Oh, bro, this is a new Martin, man. You're so confident, bro. The confidence is crazy.
Honestly, I know we'll be there. I know we'll be there in May. 4 in a row. Listen, they've not got that banner up in the dressing room for no reason. They know what they're doing. Everyone's seen it now. No team's done 4 in a row.
Yeah.
They've got legends written all over it. We'll be having another documentary that'll be out. Never mind Netflix. We'll have to get a deal with Amazon as well again.
Yeah, where is this bloody documentary, by the way, man? Where is it? Yeah?
I don't know.
Absolute jokers. Right, we're about to go to a press conference. Pep Guardiola is joining us. Here we go. Hola, Pep.
Hola.
You got a 10 stretch?
No, I'm listen, we're debating 115, innit? We're here.
He's on the loyalty.
Nobbins are meeting up in a minute.
That's it. Listen, everyone thinks that we've gone and spent millions on our legal team. It's actually just Daps and Nobbins doing it.
We're fucked then. We're in League 2, lads. It's a good innings.
Yeah, but,
come on, Coach,
this is it. We're getting us relegated on purpose. The 4 Peat will happen, then we're going to get relegated, then we're going to retain the Champions League this season as well. The next season we're going to do 3 Peat of Champions Leagues while we're winning the Championship and getting promoted back to the Premier League. Why not?
Let's do it, man.
Joking aside, bro. Martin, I just saw you on Never a Foul, and obviously they mentioned that I'd said to you about how we've got one hand on the trophy. Yeah. Because that's what I felt like yesterday was. I felt like yesterday, I'll be honest, because of the fact I know Liverpool had a 3-point, well, is it a 2-point advantage on us? They had. And we've still got to go to Anfield. I was thinking, you know what, we need Arsenal to do us a job, because if they don't, I felt like Liverpool's second hand was about to touch that trophy, right? Arsenal came along, removed Liverpool's hand and put City's hand on it. Arsenal still come third for me. I still don't think Arsenal. So yesterday was just perfect. And I think it's very fitting that we play tonight as well. I've seen this before where City face what on paper could be a difficult game off the back of a result going our way elsewhere. And this is where City just turned into professional title-winning City. And the fact is we've got a full-strength squad as well.
Bro, listen, Daps, yeah. I'm one of the most optimistic City fans. Even when we won 1 in 6, I was still saying we're going to win the league. But to say we've got one hand on the trophy, bro, that is wild.
That's how I feel.
He's already ordered the bus. The open top bus is ordered.
Hold on.
You two are moving mad, man. Is this some sort of prank?
hold on. Let's be clear. What I am saying is that if Liverpool would have beat Arsenal, I think Liverpool would have been putting their second hand on the trophy, right? What happened yesterday was we went and we go, because it's very important we got that 2-point deficit, we got that away, because that now means we can go to Anfield and a draw's okay. But here's the one thing that everyone forgets about Anfield, right, is our result at Anfield stinks, 100%, don't disagree. However, can any of you tell me a season we have gone to Anfield in a must-win game?
I don't know if we have, you know. I think it's always been the other way around.
It's always been it's always been the other way around, pretty much, right? This is the one time. So, and this is the thing that the narrative is, when City need to, we do, right? So this time when we go Anfield, I mean, look, Martin, I do get what you're saying about the whole. All it takes is one bad result, and all of a sudden things can change at Liverpool. And the fact that this is what happens when managers hand in their notice early. We saw it Chelsea last season. We're going to see it Chelsea this season again. Chelsea are going to be on the beach by March, right?
Saw it with Pellegrini, with us.
Yeah. When managers, and especially with Klopp, there's so much questions that Liverpool fans won't tell you about, all the question marks. But at the moment, there's so many question marks about next season. Will Salah stay? Well, Klopp's going. And all of a sudden, it throws everything into doubt. And people say, oh, they're still playing for Klopp. Are they? They are human beings, you know. And it's a great romantic story that they're still playing for Klopp. But, well, Klopp ain't managing for them. He's already told them he's going. So, I don't know. I just feel like now everything's happening at the right time. And this is a tough game. Look, we lost home and away last season to Brentford. I was at both games as well. It was minging. But this is not the same Brentford as last season. We are at a point where I was looking the other day, how many, is it something like we've won 9 of the last 10 or something like that?
We're unbeaten. We won 10 out of 11 in it. We're 11 unbeaten, 10 out of the 11 in all comps, and we won 8-9 on a row in the league.
And now it's got to a point as well where our bench, you were just speaking about this a minute ago, about how our bench hasn't looked so strong at times, yeah? That's what I saw yesterday with Liverpool all of a sudden. When Klopp made his substitutions, I was looking at him going, if I'm Arsenal, I'm going, well, none of these guys you're bringing on scare me that much. Now all of a sudden with City, when you look at our bench, whoever starts today, we're going to have something off the bench, which is something we haven't had so much all season. Now we've got good dilemmas. Do we start Haaland or do we start Alvarez, who's in form? Do you know what Alvarez and Foden this season between them, we've got 45 GA?
They're slamming it.
And no one's talking about it, right? And all of this is just working in our favour. That we've just been allowed. Come on, let's go back to when our last game before we flew out for the Club World Cup, right? I was looking at the league, looking at the fixtures and thinking, fucking hell, man, we could come back from the Club World Cup and be 8-9 points behind Arsenal and Liverpool. Those two dickheads have just let us back in. And now we're sat here with a full strength team flying, and the documentary that isn't out yet, that documentary will drop just to give us a bit more momentum. I guarantee you, when we sold that to Netflix, City would have said, don't release it yet. Release that round about March. When we need that momentum, when we need the fan base to get behind, that'll get dropped. And, you know, even the news on Haaland, Pep's coming out saying we're going to try and get Haaland. Everything's positive at this club at the moment.
By the way, have you seen the last time we lost a midweek game?
Nah.
Have you seen our record? That is stupid.
Is it?
Drop it.
It's something like 40-odd games. We've not won. We've won. We're unbeaten midweek.
I'm seeing a lot of fucking stats. You just said that. I see some guys say Rodri's apparently not lost a game in a year today.
So we're getting beat 3-0 tonight. Screw that. No,
I just don't see it, bro. I see
Groundhog Day. LB.
It's just one of those Groundhog Day. It's just one of those games where I just think, you know, it's you know what Pep's going to say. Pep's going to be saying to him, right, boys, this is the opening. Like every season, all we have to do is just keep doing what we do, right? Teams will slip up. And when teams slip up, we do what we do, right? So you know what you've got to do out today. You've got to go out there and be the champions, be the three-peat winners, be the treble winners. And we win this. And like I said, one hand on the trophy, bro.
Sorry, that's home record. Got that wrong. It's home record.
Giving us fake news, man. Giving us fake news.
No.
You might as well go and work for Madrid or something.
Do you know what it is for me? In the simple facts, always, we are starting to get our mojo, and we're really starting. And Daps made the great point there. I think you even mentioned it, LB, ages ago. They could have been 8, 9, 10 points clear while we were still in Saudi Arabia. And we run here. We're going to be behind.
I'm confident we'll win the league, but this is why for me, I need to win this game tonight. If we win the game tonight, I agree with everything you're saying because I think that shows me five wins in the Premier League in a row. You go into a team that's a difficult place to play. They beat us home and away last year, and it's showing that you know what, this is it. We're going to start the engines and we're going to go on a run. But if we go there and drop points tonight, we can't be having
no,
this.
We can't.
We got to.
I've not said one hand on the trophy.
Yeah, well, you predicted a 3-0.
No, Martin, hold on.
Do you not think you're getting ahead of yourself?
No, Lewis, let me let you into a secret. Martin, don't make out like me saying one hand on a trophy is over the top because I watched the last show run on Never a Foul, bro.
I said we'll win it by 8 points.
You said when they said Daps is saying one hand on a trophy, you said we've already won it. Right?
Yeah,
that's what you said.
Well, you two can
I'm
just
saying
do
it now.
Yourself, man.
No, I'll be honest. I'll say it with all my chest. And Daps is right. We won this league. We're
winning this league. I just think even the thing, what it is like an I was just on Twitter. This Arsenal fans like I've yesterday was before the game. Yeah. I said to Arsenal fans, I will thank you in advance. Yeah, I will thank you in advance. Pep's son is doing daddy's work, right? He's gone and taken 3 points off of them lot for us. Like, you thought you were doing it for yourselves. You can celebrate the win. We'll celebrate the trophy because that's what Arsenal did yesterday, right? But you know when all of a sudden, this is what's happening now. Straight away, Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans are like, yeah, but at the end of the season, 1-1-5. Okay, so basically from your now putting all your hopes on 1-1-5 landing by the end of the season, right, and us being found guilty of it, you're already forfeiting it. You know what's going to happen. Another one saying, yeah, but you know your curse at Tottenham, you still got to go there. No, we dealt with that curse last week. That everything is coming together very well now. And let's be real. Go and look at some other teams' runs and look at our last 4 games. Our last 4 games of the season are beautiful.
Yeah, we definitely got the best title running. I've had a look at this over the last couple of days. We've definitely got the best title running, man.
Yeah.
It's only March. That's tricky. Once we come out of March and we're into April.
But that's why I said, because everyone's just quickly, Daps, everyone keeps on mentioning March this, March that, March this, March that. If you have a good next 6 games, right? Because I think we should win our next 6 games. Right? Yeah. They're all winnable. If you win your next 6 games, March becomes a month where you probably can afford a draw, maybe even a loss. It's the foundation month of February that makes March what March is going to be. If you win all your games, March also suddenly becomes a little bit less stressful. If you drop points tonight, you drop points against Chelsea or Everton at the weekend, then suddenly March becomes really scary because you're going into March and you need to win all the games. I actually think February is a more important month than March because if you win all the games in February, the pressure's taken off somewhat. You can go to Anfield and take a point. You can go Villa and take a point. This month is the most important month, man. You win your 6 games here, I think you'll win the league.
I hate it when I see City fans say, we're going to have to win at Anfield. I'm like, no, we're not. Let's just see. Because if City, there is 5 or 6 games to go before we hit Anfield. If we win all 5 or 6 of them, and we're topped by, say, 4 or 5 points, you can go to Anfield and get a draw.
Yeah, I think the other thing is right. Is let's even go with the narrative that we drop a few points in April, right, or March or whenever it is people are saying. You know what? Even if Liverpool or Arsenal do kind of catch up to us, or however by April, right? Are we saying like really Liverpool and Arsenal in the last 6, 7 games, right? 6, 7, 8 games of the season, we all know who handles pressure well, and that's us, not them two, right? So I wouldn't even be mad if going into the last 6, 7, 8 games, we're a point or two behind either of them. Because I'm looking at us going, we know how we get over the line, and I know how Arsenal will drop dumb points. Liverpool have got to play Wolves last. Here's the biggest truth. Liverpool have to play Wolves last game of the season. Jurgen Klopp's last game at Anfield, will be, or last game in the Premier League. I don't know if it's at Anfield or Wolves, doesn't matter. His last game in the Premier League will be a win, I do believe. But we know how a Liverpool win against Wolves ends up. They lose the league every time they play Wolves last game of the season. So I don't know, man. I think it is all. Lewis, you're right. We lose tonight, it changes a bit. But at the moment, it just seems everything is coming together so well, exactly how we want it. And I just think tonight is one of those games that we remind everyone I can't stand when other teams use the term mentality monster. I can't stand it because, like, what a mentality of winning one trophy and then being tired.
Have you seen Liverpool's last 3 fixtures?
Gone.
Tottenham at home, Villa away, Wolves at home.
Right, it's tough, that.
Yeah, and I know
Tottenham and Villa might be fighting for something still in that point.
Top 4 probably be on the cards, absolutely.
I think Tottenham at home. I'm not lying. I think Liverpool, Tottenham at Anfield. I think Liverpool beat them. I do.
Yeah. I'm just.
But the Villa one
to me is I do think we'll win tonight. I think we'll win quite comfortably tonight.
Yeah.
Because this is not the Brentford. Brentford are missing a lot of players still. Yeah. Yes, they've got Tony, but they're missing, is it that Visser and other people?
Yeah, I've got it up on screen here, Martin.
So
there you go.
And also Brentford are playing a bit more open this year, which
there you go.
And do you know what? There is also let's also look at when we played Brentford last season. The 2 games when we played Brentford in, I think it was either late October.
It was just before the World Cup. It was last game before the World Cup.
Right. Yeah. Right. Phil Foden was on a play already.
Yeah. Right. So we played them. I remember the game very well. We didn't play well. We were just lumping the ball forward. It wasn't City-esque, right? It was, and then we played them at the last game of the season when we'd already won the league. Right. Remember, we played Brentford a week before the FA Cup final and 2 weeks before the Champions League final. We'd already won the league. The team we put out was kind of, we were playing players in weird positions, players that shouldn't even play there.
Yeah, I did say this yesterday as well on the stream that, like, yes, we did lose both games last year, in full credit to Brentford. However, from our point of view, our biased point of view, one of the games was just before an international break. And for some reason, we always seem to struggle before international breaks. And then the last game, as you said, we'd already won the league. So you can.
And it was a last-minute goal as well, to be fair, Brentford as well.
And Cole Palmer could have had an hat-trick. And we were just we were on the beach.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Are you boys ready to do it?
Actually, second half, I'll be honest with you. The second half, if this guy might even be watching it, because I know it's a guy that watches YouTube. I was in the concourse for the second half for probably 35 minutes of it, chewing someone's ear off like it was a podcast, right? And I only remember the last 10 minutes of the damn game. So
let me you guys ready to do a starting 11? Because a lot of people want us to do this. And obviously, but now we've got all our players back, it could be quite tricky to try and get a starting 11 up, but let's just whack Edison in there because
Scott Carson in between.
He's not even
no, my 11's not tricky at all. I know it.
All right, you fire for your 11 then, Mike, because you said this right at the start of the stream that
I know
100%.
And I'm with Martin. I know Martin's, and I'm pretty certain it's the same as mine. So go on.
Okay, Martin, you fire yours out then, and then I'll make any alterations.
Nathan Aki left back.
Yep. That won't happen though. That won't happen.
Stones.
What you think he's going to drop? You really think he'll drop Vardy?
No.
Mm-hmm. Well, rotate. Kyle Walker.
Rotate.
Kyle Walker, not Akanji. I thought he was going to say Akanji. No. Okay, interesting.
Rodra.
Yeah.
KDB.
Yep.
Off of the right or off of the left?
Well, Foden's going next to him, so I'll let you swap around.
Oh,
yes.
Get a KDB Foden.
Ronaldo Silva right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grealish over on the left.
Yep.
This is the one I can't screw it. Haaland in the middle.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes, boys.
Not a Kanji.
Now do you see why I've gone 3-0 tonight with my 11?
Not a Kanji, though. Right
That's
back.
our best.
No,
that's
he's
our
not,
best.
not fully fit, not match fit, ready to roll, is he?
How long has Akanji been back in training, guys?
About a week.
Okay. Okay.
That would be mine. That's our best 11 for me.
Wow.
I think that'll be the 11. You'll see if you're going to the Bernabeu and all that coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think you see Ake here. I think Ake's back in the middle and Gavardio will be right. Or
Yeah,
Ake will be dropped and Gavardio.
See, to me,
I agree with you,
and this is no knock on Gavardio. Nathan Ake is the best left back in our club.
Yeah, but from an offensive point of view, Gavardio offers a lot more in terms of ball retention up here than Ake does. That's why Pep plays him. Because everyone agrees. I've said this for some time. When we played the Real Madrids of this world, the PSGs, the Bayerns, yeah, I want Ake at left back. There's no question in my mind. But in games like this, where you need to hold the ball up the pitch a little bit more to help create space for the players, that's why Pep plays Gavardio. So I think Gavardio plays left back tonight. But when we get into the tough games of Real Madrid, I agree. Go back to Ake at left back. So you agree with that team, Daps?
So, right. If I'm going with the team I want,
yeah,
that team, right? If I'm going, but I agree with you. I don't think Ake starts there. I think Vardy starts there.
Yeah, I agree. I think I also don't think you're going to see this, man. I think no chance. I'd love to see it. I want to see it.
That's what I mean. I said my 11. My tandem's coming out.
Yeah.
Well, you think Karl will be in, yeah?
I just don't see that's going to happen, man.
What? So you think one of them
who's going out, though? Because Bernardo was on the bench the last game.
Kovacic,
Bernardo
maybe?
very rarely does 2 games on the bounce. And you can't drop Foden.
Well, maybe he will drop him. Who knows? Maybe he will. Or maybe De Bruyne will be on the bench again just to ease him back in. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you know what? It's interesting because hearing Pep talk on Foden the other day where he was saying how Foden has really stepped up this season, right? Which we all know. I think for me, across the whole course of this season, I think Foden's been our best player this season. I think Foden's been our best player.
I agree.
But I still think there's this thing with Pep that Foden is the one player, right, that Pep has... It's like his son, innit? Pep has been here. Foden's obviously not his whole time at City, but Pep's whole time playing for the first 11, has all been under Pep. And I remember when Pep said before about, when Foden had a really good season, he said, now is the time that I really have to manage Phil because now he expects. And I think, I hate to say it because I don't like it, but I think either one or two things. Probably Kovacic goes in next to KDB or in between KDB and Rodri.
What, tonight?
Potentially.
Instead of Foden?
Well, then it's an option of whether he plays Foden on the right and drops Bernardo. I wouldn't do it, but, that could be what Pep does. Or he just drops Foden. But I think
Foden has played the second most amount of minutes in for Manchester City this year as well.
Yeah.
See, the trouble is, whoever goes out is the unlucky one.
Yeah.
Some will say Kovacic shouldn't be not played. Nunes was man of the match in a lot of people's eyes.
Well, Alvarez shouldn't be being dropped.
Alvarez shouldn't be getting dropped. But this is always going to be the problem when we got to the fully fit squad stage.
But this is where I think, most of the players at our club, I think pretty much all of them, certainly the ones that everyone on this team right now that you're looking at, obviously your Gomez is a bit different, but everyone knows at Manchester City that it's not about our best 11. You don't win trophies with the best 11. You win trophies with a squad, right? And, there's been seasons when Bernardo Silva hasn't featured as much. I bet if you go and check him, he still played 40 games, right? That's the thing that this will happen. We are now in, I think, haven't we got 12 games in 5 weeks? I'm pretty certain it's 12 games in 5 weeks.
3 days. We're about to every 3 days.
Yeah, 12 games in 5 weeks. So, you know what? Sometimes Alvarez is going to be on the bench. Sometimes Foden is going to be on the bench. I'm not going to lie, I don't mind because we've got Everton at the weekend. I'm going, and probably if Foden is rested, he'll start against Everton. So
here's why I don't think Kovacic is going to play, right? Because if you've got John Stones here, John Stones didn't do this in the last match, but we'll likely see him push into midfield, right? So then what you end up getting is you get Rodri there, Stones who pushes into midfield. Do you really need Kovacic in that 4-man?
Very true. Yeah,
I don't think you do. So I think you could go forward.
Then you have to play Ake.
Yeah, you probably. Well, yeah, I mean, you did play Gvardiol in that system last time, but
if you have Gvardiol and Walker, it's basically Diaz and Edison on their own.
I agree. I agree to a point. That, yeah, I would go at Ake in this system, Martin. But I think you're more likely to see either Foden or Nunes come in there. Because I think Kovacic is too defensive in that 4-man for me.
Do you know what I think Pep might look at here, right? Is if you look at Brentford away and you look at Everton at home, yeah? Because they're our next 2 games, right? Which game do you need to be more defensive in? It's Brentford away, right? You don't need to be defensive against Everton at the Etihad, right? So maybe that's where maybe tonight he doesn't start Stones. Maybe Stones sits out tonight. Maybe tonight he starts Ake and Diaz, and then he plays cover. And then against Everton at the weekend, we can then go to playing Stones, Diaz, Walker, and be further up the pitch. So I actually think, yeah, you're probably right with that. I still want to see Vardy at centre back. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, you ain't seeing that this season. Nah. Absolutely not. I mean,
do you reckon Stones... next? Do you reckon eventually you'll start putting him?
Eventually you will, but you ain't seen it this year. I think he's just easing him into the game. I think he really likes what. I know a lot of City fans might not particularly like it or understand it, but Pep Guardiola clearly likes the way that Gvardiol keeps the ball up in the final third and can whip balls into sort of the Fodens and Alvarez's, right? He really likes it.
Yeah.
Now, is it his best position? No. His best position will be centre-back. And I do think in time he'll play that centre-back position, but Pep's obviously liking what we're getting. Stones is a good shout, Daps, because he played last, was it last Wednesday against Burnley? That was his first game since coming back from injury. He played 90 minutes. He's had some time to rest. 4 or 5 days to rest, but it is John Stones, and you have to be very careful with him. So it's a shout. Potentially, we might actually not see John Stones tonight. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that one. So, chat. Let us know in the chat what you guys are saying about that starting 11. Would you go with that? Would you rest Stones? Would you play Kovacic? Would you play Kevin De Bruyne, Foden in the middle? I know Nobbins has done a video on can you play De Bruyne and Foden in the middle? Will we see that tonight? I'm pretty sure you can. I mean, we've seen David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne in the middle. I know David Silva keeps the ball better, man. But of course you can keep it.
Do you know what I've noticed since De Bruyne's come back? He seems to be floating about a lot, right? And the thing is, Foden's got an engine on him, right? You can play Kevin De Bruyne and have him just floating about almost like in a free roll, and then have Foden next to him putting in the legwork. And let's be honest, the way that we play, Bernardo, especially if we've got Walker, Walker's going to be bombing down the right, which means Bernardo's going to tuck in a bit, and Bernardo's going to be in the middle as well. So all of a sudden, Kevin De Bruyne can have the legs of Bernardo and the legs of Foden. And actually, let's throw another one. Grealish, with Vardy overlapping, Grealish will tuck in a bit more. So then all of a sudden, De Bruyne's got Foden, Bernardo, and Grealish, and Rodri, to be fair, all round him, and that allows De Bruyne to just drift wherever he wants. And this is where, when you said you reckon we'll see De Bruyne on the left or right, since he's come back, he keeps popping up all over the place. Like De Bruyne is just moving about, like literally, like a bit like David Silva used to, just moving about, demanding the ball, being as an outlet for everyone. But just with the fact that he can probably... this is an awkward conversation, actually. Let me ask you two the question, because I've always been... Last season, I started changing a bit more, but this season it's getting... Well, since he's come back. De Bruyne or David Silva?
Oh, for me, it's De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne's the best player that's ever played for this football club. I've said this for a year, 18 months.
Well, mine was David Silva. So, mine was David Silva until...
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the point now where it's like... It's getting
Here's a prediction that I have, right? I think by the end of Kevin De Bruyne's career at Manchester City, every single City fan will say Kevin De Bruyne was the better player. And that's not in a disrespectful way to Silva. It's just because he's a fantastic player, obviously. Yeah. One of the best players I've ever seen. But I just think Kevin De Bruyne can do what David Silva do and more because he can score goals.
Yeah, I think, and that's where it is. That I think before it was, I was always saying up until maybe the last season and a half, my thing was, yeah, I get De Bruyne has that special pass and the goals, right? But David Silva was the magician that made everything work, right? But now as De Bruyne is getting older, and like I said, he is just floating about being that outlet, is give me the ball just to create a bit more space and I'll give it back to you, right? And Fabregas spoke about this. As De Bruyne gets older, don't be surprised if De Bruyne drops deeper and plays that role even more, but then can pick out them passes that maybe Silva didn't always have in him. I agree with you. And that's where I'm saying, to me, it's becoming now, I'm probably going to have to swing towards De Bruyne.
I'm not answering. It's like asking me to choose one of my favourite children.
See, I like this. I like this from Douglas.
Nah.
Because obviously, I never seen it. People who seen Colin Bell play, seen David Silva play, and obviously seen Kevin De Bruyne play, they're in the privileged position that I'm not in to be able to be able to compare all three, because I can only compare.
Mad.
People will say, "Well, go and watch highlights on Colin Bell." Do you think I've not done that? You can't judge the best player off of highlight. You need to watch him. That's why the only people that can really compare that, and that's why whenever I do these debates, I always say Colin Bell's. I'm not speaking about Colin Bell because I don't think he's a good player. I'm speaking about it because I don't have the knowledge to speak about it, because I wasn't alive when he was playing football. So I think these people here are very privileged to be able to give us the understanding of where they view it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 100. I agree.
Different era as well.
See, that's what I mean. The KDB and the Silva, we've seen them live. And this is my thing with David Silva. You don't appreciate what he's done until you're watching him properly live and you see the runs he makes off. Because, I mean, there was a stat at one point with David Silva. He was like the most foul player in the Premier League. He was stupid. David, we used to have bets going into the stadium on David Silva. I bet it's the first yellow card.
Do you know what, as well? There's stuff like with David Silva. When you look at Raheem Sterling now, right?
Fucking Clancy. Oh, I lived
Bro, we did the Kinkladze thing, right? We did that. We were there. We saw that, right? I would say 4K, but even my eyes probably weren't moving 4K back then either. But we saw it live in the flesh, right?
Yeah.
And anyone that hasn't watched him, I'm telling you now, I'm not saying Kinkladze was as good as Messi, right? But Kinkladze, if anyone thinks Bernardo Silva can dribble a bit like Messi, go and watch Kinkladze. Kinkladze's, the ball stuck to his feet and his turn of pace was just insane. But here's the difference between players like Kinkladze and players like David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. And this is where you won't get this ever from highlights.
I know
Kevin De Bruyne got back and got involved. Kevin De Bruyne would chase back. Kevin De Bruyne puts in a shift, going forwards, going backwards. And I always think this is something that people have not spoke about enough.
They were team players.
Listen, we got relegated with Georgie Kinkladze, right? He was unreal, but we got relegated with that man. Now, I'm not saying the players around him were good, but he was very selfish. And so Kinkladze was amazing for us back then, right? Amazing, because he was that one ray of sunshine, but he's not remotely close to being on the level.
Old adage of never scores tap-ins. That was Kinkladze. He just never scored a tap-in because he was a selfish sod that would take on 15 players, go back, beat his man for 3 more times, go back again, and then put the ball over the goalie, and you're like, it wasn't what we needed then. We were like, we're 4th bottom, stop.
The best thing about
to dig in and go.
The best thing about any Georgie Kinkladze highlights video is the amount of times you see him skin 15 man, right, put a cross in, and then someone sky the ball from 3 yards. And it's like, fucking hell, man. He's literally taken on a whole team.
We're going down nostalgia road.
Did you see Big Steve's Instagram post yesterday? Who was the biggest City legend, Yaya Toure or Ilkay Gundogan?
Yeah, we were debating it in our WhatsApp group as well. It's because I go, for me, it's Ilkay because of the clutch moments to win us a treble, and and the Villa game, there's multiple clutch moments. But then I stopped and thought, hold on a second. And by the way, I'm not saying Ilkay is a better player than Yaya Toure. I'm saying who's a bigger legend for City, right? But then you think, hold on a second. Actually, our first trophies, Yaya Toure was clutching. And without those trophies, Ilkay probably wouldn't have even been at the club. So,
yeah, but this will go down the road of Haaland and Aguero in 5 years, and Haaland's still with us. So this is what I mean. Do you know what I like to call Richmans Problems?
Well, another Richmans problem is, I don't know if you saw a video of a Tottenham and Man City combined 11, right? And the Tottenham fans doing his absolute best to try and talk people in, and the maddest one is on the DM. I was like, obviously it's Rodri, but this is all time Premier League combined 11, and I go, well, obviously it's Rodri, and Cass, United fan, looks at me, and goes, is it not Fernandinho? And it's like, oh shit, yeah, you're right, actually. Who
it's still Rodri for me.
For me, it's Fernandinho for now.
Yeah, Rodri is the best CDM I've seen, bro. I think Rodri touches Busquets levels.
But that Champions League is going to tip it, innit?
Yeah, I think I agree with the Champions League thing. But again, if you go and look at, right, and this is the one thing I always say on Fernandinho, and I think it was either Sky or City. No, City. It was the day of the trophy parade when Fernandinho left. They did a tribute to him video, right? And when we look at Fernandinho, obviously everyone's going to go midfield general, the way he would win the ball back, the engine. Go and watch Fernandinho's best bits. People forget some of his fucking passing and forget some of his goals, right? Yes, he was so strong and he was the master of dark arts and all of that. But people forget just how good he was at pinging balls and also how athletic he was, some of the goals he scored. And again, this brings us back to the Yaya conversation. Without Fernandinho and without Nigel de Jong, would there ever have been a Yaya Toure at Manchester City? Because he wouldn't have been able to get forward the way he was allowed to without them lot sitting there and holding. So, but
see, I did this debate we did a debate on Pep's greatest 11. It's some had Cancelo in it, and I'm like, no, behave. And they're like, yeah, but look at Cancelo when he was on form. We were calling the best fullback in world football at the time, and I'm like,
yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were. We actually were doing that.
It was very beef.
I'm like, I don't know where we're going with it. Yeah. No, it's a long way. It's a long way from the days of Steve Lomas winning the ball and giving it to King Clancy. Trust me, now it is. Jesus.
I tell you what, though, Sterling would probably be in that then, Martin, because he got 50 goal involvements in a calendar year. Up there with Ronaldo and Messi.
It really turned into like a really heated debate because everyone was like, because then if
you're taking off like individual best seasons, like Sterling would probably be in there, Cancelo probably would be in there. But if you're talking about like more longer term, then obviously them two players won't get in.
Yeah.
But if you're going off individual seasons, like Sterling would always be in that because of what he did in that year when he absolutely tore it up and got like crazy amount of goals.
People were debating Sane, some were debating Sterling, some were debating Foden. Honestly, there was some 11s, some couldn't get Foden in. So we cheated in that 5-man bench.
Let's be real, right? Do you know how blessed we are as Man City fans? If you think at one point, our midfield was Kevin De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Yaya Toure, and David Silva. So when you look at that, and that's without putting Rodri in it, that's without even mentioning Rodri's name, how the hell are you getting Foden into that? And that's not an insult on Foden, but how do you fit Foden into that when you've got that? Wingers, we're going right. I mean, Grealish last season for me was unreal, but Sane, Sterling. Oh, I didn't mention Bernardo Silva now as well. We've just been blessed, man. So blessed. And then when you talk about Cancelo, depending on who you play, is whether Cancelo is in the conversation or not. Because Cancelo was amazing going forward, but you need to make sure you got the right cover as a left centre-back. Otherwise, Cancelo going forward is just a calamity.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. Seeing this on screen.
My eyes on. What does it say?
Which Premier League team is the only team Haaland has faced without scoring a goal?
Yeah,
Brentford.
But he didn't play against them in the second leg, did he?
That's what I mean. So that's cheating a bit. That
are you saying I'm manipulating the data? Are you saying I'm manipulating the data, Bray?
He was in a beef or whatever.
I'm the master manipulator. Yeah, it's Brentford. He played against them last year, obviously, when we got beat.
Someone's put Luton Town. That's a good shout because he won't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, he's got a chance in a couple of weeks against Luton again, isn't he?
I was happy with that draw, man. I see some City fans like, oh my God, buzzing, we got Luton. That great draw. I was like, what are you chatting about, mate? What are you chatting about?
Do you know
Luton away is a difficult. They're going to, at some point this season, they're going to get a big win at their ground. I mean, they've already beaten Newcastle there, but they're going to beat like a top 4 team at their ground. Yeah. And United have got to go there.
Fans are like, we're going down. Like, you know,
I mean, I'll be honest, in my selfish, it's one of them ones as well where it's actually one of the grounds that we're not going to get, like, we're not going to get an allocation like we did against it. I think we got about 2,000, maybe 1,900. But for me personally, it's a good one because, listen, it's 20 minutes from my house. So,
what are you doing, Martin? You say you're going down without a ticket, are you?
I might have to because I'm like,
there you go. You can stay on my sofa.
I don't know what is going to happen down there with the ticket allocation.
But you're going down anyway.
The only good thing is midweek, so you'll get a lot of people won't go because it's midweek on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
Martin loves the FA Cup. Oh, Martin loves the FA Cup, though, doesn't he? Martin prefers the FA Cup to the Premier League and the Champions League, doesn't he? So
that's why I do all the away FA Cup ones.
Yeah. Well, if you don't get a ticket on my preview on the watch along, come live on it before the game. Right, you guys want to say anything else about tonight, or you want to start any more legend debates?
Blue hooch or pink hooch?
Pink, because that's the only one I've ever had.
Oh, they do blue hooch in South Lower. Oh. They do blue and pink hooch. It's nice.
Do they?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sitting there for the Copenhagen game. Moved.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I've been getting it, man. I need to get back to the ground, man. I've been listening to Doves pounding like 24/7. Because that tune that they come out to in the second half, it's an absolute banger. And I'm like, because when I actually deep it, I've not been since. I'm exposing myself here, but I don't care. I'd rather just.
You went Newcastle away, didn't you?
Yeah, but Etihad, I've not been since COVID.
For real?
Yeah, but you've been busy, haven't you? To be fair. Yeah,
I've been doing streams. I've been working on that, but I've not been since my since COVID. I've not been back to the Etihad. Like to a match, I've been obviously to the ground and that bare times, but
to be fair, since COVID, I think we've won every league, so maybe you should stay away.
All right, then I'll stay away then. There you go.
Got a point there, as soon as you turn back up, Liverpool win the league.
Do you know my record at the moment is actually trash. Like my recent record is trash. Newcastle, I did Dortmund, was 0-0. I did the West Ham Cup game. We got beat on penalties. Bro, because I'm just like, because you know what it is? I'm going to the games that are not really that important. So I'm going to these games and then Pep just puts out a dead team and we don't end up winning, man.
I'll tell you what, my City membership socks are undefeated. I'm telling you. I pull them out for the big ones. I Champions League final, they were on Villa game, FA Cup final. I pulled them out for the Tottenham away game and we won. So these City membership socks that I put on them big, they're undefeated, man. So
see, there's still tickets available. There's tickets all over, Bachelor. Bournemouth sold out. United sold out.
Yeah. United only go on release this morning.
And West Ham sold out.
Well, that would sell out, to be fair. I'm up for Everton anyway. Martin, going to meet you before.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
Right, guys.
That's if you're not down for 10 years.
Yeah, no. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck in the trial, bro.
Hopefully it goes well.
Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Never a Foul and Mancunian Way, and I'll catch you tonight live from 7 p.m. UK time for the big build-up of Man City taking on Brentford at the Brentford ground. See you later.